Welcome back to Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. Today, we are beyond thrilled to introduce to you an amazing powerhouse, Courtney Wolfe. Courtney flipped the script at the age of 42, leaving behind her successful career as an account executive to answer the calling of her heart, teaching yoga full-time. She's not only a yoga teacher, she's an entrepreneur and owner of Transient Yoga. That's not all. Courtney is an ultramarathon and endurance trainer and coach, guiding others to push their limits and unleash their potential. Get this, she's currently in the midst of training for an incredible 100-mile run. Talk about dedication and passion. In this episode, we'll explore Courtney's journey of transformation, the challenges she faced, and the powerful mindset that has fueled her success. Get ready to bloom into your best self as we uncover the lessons, tips, and inspiration you can take to elevate your own life. As always, we'd love for you to stay connected with us. Check follow, drop a comment, leave a rating, and share this episode with your friends. Now grab your headphones, your walking shoes, and let's get ready to bloom. This is the conversation you do not want to miss. Welcome back to Bloom with Tina and Kelsey.
Good morning.
Hello.
We're here today with Courtney Wolfe, and I wanted to first of all just thank you so much for coming, for sure, being here this morning.
I can't wait to get to know you better.
I know, but I really don't.
I know.
That's so great. So I'm going to start by sharing how I even found you, I guess is what I'll call it.
Oh my gosh. Is it one of those stories again, Kelsey?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. It did start on Facebook, though. A lot of my stories start on Facebook. So Courtney was hosting, I had just gotten certified to teach booty movement classes, and then you were hosting a class in Waterville, a booty glow class. You saw it on Facebook. I didn't even see it. Tina saw it.
I remember.
And sent it to me and was like, Kelsey, there's another person teaching booty in nearby. I was like, hey. I was like, I've got to find out who this person is. I've been looking and hadn't even found anything. So that's how I originally found you on Facebook, was through Tina.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that, did you, Tina?
No.
So then went to go find you on Facebook. Friend, you realize we had tons of friends in common that are not even local.
Right.
I was like, this is crazy. You know, these people that I know back from my home studio, and not just knew them, they were commenting on your pictures and posting things.
Melody had actually attended and helped co-host one of my retreats.
Yeah.
Just before that time. So
yeah. And so I was like, this is just, I don't know, it felt like this divine you need to know this person for some reason. And so we got connected on Facebook. You came to one of my classes, and then I asked you if I could teach at your new studio that you're starting up, and it just all kind of snowballed from there. I feel like I barely know you, and at the same time, our souls just know each other somehow. I don't know, there's something there. So this just felt like very much the natural next way to dive deeper into whatever it is that's been going on here. So I've shared kind of my backstory of how that relationship's evolved. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and just introduce who you are outside of just booty movement? That's
sure.
Right. All I've said so far.
Oh, Courtney. First and foremost.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised here in Maumee, Ohio, and I've been teaching yoga since 2017, so just 9 years-ish. I actually have 2 children. They're grown. I have 2 grandbabies. My youngest son is married with 2 kids. My eldest lives in Columbus. Live with my husband, 2 dogs. I was an account executive for a media distribution company, serviced public libraries throughout the country for 13 years. And I left that career in 2019 for another company in the similar field. That was not a good match for me. And then in 2020, when the pandemic happened, is when I retired. My kids were grown. We were 42 and empty nesters. So we kind of started everything really young in life. And just decided I wanted to teach yoga full time, and that's what I do now.
That is so awesome. And you say teach yoga full time, but do other things too, right? Do you also do other things and stuff?
Yes. So my company Transient Yoga is also transient training.
Okay.
I never wanted a brick and mortar, so the space in Haskins, I'm just renting, as you know, by the hour classes, just because that community was in need. But primarily I travel, so I work with individuals that have special needs. I work with individuals that are completely on the opposite end of the spectrum and are, collegiate athletes. And then I do trail and ultra running as well.
Okay.
Just recently certified for ultra run coaching, and I'm working on my strength and conditioning coaching certification specifically for endurance athletes.
Okay.
You said trail and ultra, ULTRA,
ultra marathon.
And what does that mean?
So, ultra marathon is anything that's a longer distance than a marathon.
Oh,
okay. Marathon is 26.2 miles. Ultras are primarily done on trail.
Oh.
And
are they the 50 miles, the 100 milers?
Yeah. So the lowest distance of an official ultra marathon is a 50K, which is about 31 and a half-ish miles.
Okay.
And then I think the longest one that's actually currently going in our country is 250 miles. So, wow. On that distance, yes. I've done a 300 miler.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. What made you decide that you wanted to do that?
Well, interestingly enough, I used to hate running. And
right.
Yeah.
We're both in that boat right now. So tell us how this evolved.
But I ran a few miles once.
Yeah, a few miles.
Be careful. It's a very character.
So I did a 5K.
Yeah.
And my husband does marathons, and one of my sons does marathons too.
Cool.
But I would rather bike or walk the 5Ks instead of running.
Right. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever run a few miles. I run walks a few miles.
Yeah.
But so how did you go from I hate running to I gotta run to?
Well, I don't really like road. Okay. Road marathon. It's me right now, but I have done, I think, 7 or 8 of those. But I had a boss in my sales career that was like this, I thought, crazy triathlete, and he was just one of those that would get up at 4 a.m. and run 7 miles before work, and I just thought he was insane. But I was traveling so much for work, and so I was constantly on long flights and driving and meetings, and it just wasn't moving my body. And I was a dancer, so movement is just like natural for my body. Mm-hmm. And I just started to feel really gross. After a while, I was traveling every other week, so always in cars, and I was just starting to feel not good. And so my boss kind of inspired me, and so let's just try, hitting the gym. My kids were home, my husband was home, and I was having some mom guilt traveling for my career as well. Mm-hmm. And so that was just kind of a way to get out of my head and feel good about myself and take care of myself when I was traveling. And he happened to be, so his name was Ed, my sales manager at the time. We were going on, and we had a big American Library Association. We worked with public libraries, and they had a 5K. And he's like, anybody on the sales team that wants to do this 5K, I'll pay for it. And I was like, all right. And my girlfriend, Lisa, was like, okay, I'll do it too. And then our friend Jason was also on the sales team. And so we all did it. And it was the first time I had ever run 3.1 miles. And I thought I was going to die. Right? I ran the whole thing, and I couldn't move my body afterwards. And I had to be in heels in this conference all day. And I was like, that was awful. But I really liked it. And I wanted to see what would happen if I tried to go just a little bit further. So I just kept running, and and mostly when I was on the road. And then I was home with my mom and in the office. And when I was on the road, I was like salesperson and runner. And then next time Ed was traveling with me, I just mentioned that I have to be running like 20, 25 miles a week. He said, well, you should run a half marathon. And have that meal late to one that night when he got back to his hotel room, just the late he's like, you've got plenty of time to train. Your long run's already at 7 miles. Like, you can do it. So I was like, okay. And then I signed up. And then I'm like, all right, now I have to figure out how to fit this training in while at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of snowballed from there.
And how old were your kids at this time?
I feel like my first half marathon was probably back in 2013. My eldest would have been, I don't know, Kelsey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I literally, my eldest is now 26. So 2013, that would have been, 13, 14, 15-ish years ago. So,
Okay.
yeah, preteen.
Yeah.
And then Sammy would have been around 9 or 10 at the time.
Okay. Yeah. I think of my sister anytime I talk to somebody about running. My sister's a runner. I don't know if I've told you that before. But she ran a lot before she had kids.
Okay.
Like did Boston before she had kids. And then like the year before she had her first. And so it's been for her a journey of like accepting that it's time to back off and just focus on mom stuff, but once the kids get a little older, like right now she's still got littles.
Yeah.
But
I see a lot of people able to manage, but that was kind of the thing for me. It's because I had so much guilt. I was gone every other week. My husband's stayed home with kids. I was gone every other week. And I had so much guilt because I was traveling so much. But then I signed up for this half marathon. And I'm like, but I have to train when I'm home. Yeah. So that's when I started the early mornings that I no longer do. I have to go to 5:30 a.m. But I had to do it. So I didn't want to take away from that precious family time. So I would get up at 4:35 in the morning, get my runs, and then go to work. And then I'd have the family time. So it didn't interfere. On the weekends, on my long runs, I just get up early. I'd get home and make breakfast before everybody was up. So you find a way to make it work, right? If it's something that you really want. But yeah, once I got deeper and deeper in the longer distances, and certainly when I got to ultra running takes a lot more time because you're on the trails, you have to travel, you have to get, the elevation, and you slow down a lot, eat a lot of snacks, so it takes more time. My kids are grown now, but people do it.
Yeah. So were you doing ultras before you left corporate?
No. As a matter of fact, I was training for my very first 50-miler my very last year of sales.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was kind of, that's the thing is that it all intersects. Like I learned that I was capable of doing this really hard thing physically. And then I thought at that point in my life, I had already been teaching yoga, and I kept saying, all I want to do is just, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do this. But I then would follow that with, and we'll get to this, I'm sure, but that doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah.
And then once I figured out that I could do this really hard thing physically, then I found this awesome therapist. She was kind of like got me thinking, but what if it did? Like, what would happen if you just decided it could pay the bills? And that was kind of like my breaking point. And then I stepped away from corporate, and I just started running longer and longer distances, and doing more and more, and realizing what I was capable of, and then wanting that same thing for other people as well.
That's so cool. So I think it's amazing how we can, whether it's physical first into something more internal or intellectual, or vice versa. But I feel like so often movement begets movement. Showing yourself you can do something hard physically has shown you that you can do something hard financially, emotionally, all the different things, right? Like you can do hard things, but you learned it first in a physical manner, and it's manifesting that in other parts of your life too.
Right. Yeah. And it's your mindset, right? It's a lot. It's all mental, I think. Yes. I mean, you have to train, but it's mental. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you decided to leave corporate, like what was the hardest part of that for you?
Believing that it was acceptable and okay. Because up to that point, I had grown so much in my career, and I was really good at what I did, but I knew it. I was just wearing a mask. It wasn't truly who I was. It wasn't, especially when I was early in my career, it felt good and authentic, and I was being affirmed, and I was building and learning a lot along the way. And gosh, I learned so much of my career, and I was exposed to so much, and I learned so much about myself being on the road by myself, traveling all the time. But the first time that I stepped foot into an elevator with all these first class, men in suits, I was like, this isn't who I am.
Yeah.
It's not like I was good at it, but it wasn't what I was supposed to be. Yeah. But I was following this. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you should do.
Yes.
And I grew so much into this lifestyle of, well, you don't turn down promotion.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're supposed to do. And I just kept following those steps. So I got so far away from myself. But along the way, I learned so much about myself that I was able, I was there for a reason. And I learned so much. I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for that experience on the road. But I forgot the question.
No, that's so did I, and that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, that is exactly what our podcast is about.
Yeah.
It's about following what your heart tells you, not what society is expecting of you.
Right.
Yeah. So the question had been, what was the hardest part? And you definitely answered that. Like,
yeah,
that it was okay.
But it was
what allowed you to accept that it was okay, that it was allowed, that you could do that?
Sometimes I still struggle with that. Actually, I've been in business for myself now since 2020, and sometimes I still struggle with that. Yeah, because it's not the norm. I don't have a 9-to-5. I'll get to call the shots. I work when I want, at the capacity that I want. It's a lot of work. I still work full time. But when I'm out playing in the woods for 7 hours and everyone else is sitting in the office, sometimes I feel like this isn't good enough. It's not okay to have all this freedom and all this playtime. But it is because I have joy. And I mean, that's my whole purpose of helping people, step into that and give themselves permission to play. And we only have one life. Right. And my husband and I have lost some friends at a very young age, and you just don't know. Right. And physically, I don't know how long I can do these things. We don't know. One day we might wake up and not be able to move our bodies. So might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, so I still struggle with that from time to time. But the grieving process of stepping away from that life was real. And that took a long time. Mm-hmm. It took a long time to step away from this very eloquent, beautiful, professional, and I'm still beautiful and eloquent professional, but it was this person that I wasn't, this persona that I had built up.
Yeah.
That I had to break down so that I could find myself back home again. And it was definitely a grieving process. It was like losing somebody that I was very close to, but she wasn't who I am.
Yeah. It was like a character you had created.
Yes. Yeah.
But also identified so closely with.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
The grief was so real. Yeah. I fully understand exactly what you're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going through that whole process now. Still. Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew Tina's story. She just retired from nursing.
Okay. As a nurse practitioner, hospitalist, and it's been a year and a half.
13 years of education to get all the degrees you needed. Is that what we counted last time?
Something like that.
So this allowance, this idea that you're allowed to do it.
Right.
And to live your life for you.
Hey there, Bloom listeners. It's Tina Baden here, and I want to take a moment to share something exciting with you. Have you ever found joy in helping others feel their best? Or thought about how great it would be to boost your own health, energy, or even your finances? If that sounds like you, then I've got something special to share with you. Let's talk about Plexus, their amazing range of products. It's designed to support your wellness journey and help you feel fantastic. From gut health, energy boosters, to weight loss, there's truly something for everyone. And here's where it gets really exciting. If you love sharing what you're passionate about, the business opportunity could be just what you're looking for. I can honestly say that Plexus has changed my life for the better, both through health and finances. Yet, it's more than just a business. It's a wonderful community that supports and uplifts each other. If you're curious and you think this might be a good fit for you, why not join me? It could be fun. Message me at Bloom with Tina and Kelsey on Facebook Messenger. Embark on this journey and let's bloom into our best selves together.
is hard in our society.
Isn't that so weird?
It is.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, I think, like you said, it's all up here because nobody is telling you this is what you're supposed to do. We just, for whatever reason, we believe that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even a real narrative. We just succumb to it. I just think it's like a habit in our society.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the running is what started giving you kind of the time and space to tap into like who you really were?
I think being out, yes, most definitely. I remember very clearly the very, very, very first time I ran 10 miles. And there was a moment, it was almost like this clarity. I was running over the Maumee Perrysburg Bridge, so there's water underneath me and sky above me. And there was just this moment, and I don't know if you all are spiritual, but I believe very much in God. And there was this moment where it just occurred to me that there's fish swimming underneath me, and they're not thinking about what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to go. They don't like get tired, and this is hard. They just swim, and they do their thing. And the same thing held true with the birds in the sky. These are creatures that God created, and they're not whining and crying and like wrestling with who they are and what they're supposed to do. They're just doing what feels right. And at that moment, I realized that that's what I was doing too. And I was also a creature of God that was created to just enjoy and live fully. And it was at that moment that it was just very clear to me that I was doing what felt right for me. And I just kind of starting to follow that. That was a long time ago, but it was a very clear moment in my life.
Yeah. Like I can picture it and feel like I'm in that moment as you tell the story.
Yeah. I was struggling right before, I think I was at maybe mile 8-ish of that run. And I was starting to struggle. And that's when it just occurred to me. And I was like, oh, the fish aren't complaining. They're just swimming along and the birds are flying. And I'm just running. It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
What was that like your God wink?
Oh, I so funny.
Yeah. That's what happened to me too. You just get those God winks that something needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Were you still working corporate at that time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That was very early. Okay. I think I started running distance at 2013, 2016. I don't know. Time goes so quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't retire until 2020.
Okay. Yeah. So what are the things that have happened since you left? Like if we talk about the God winks that kind of let you know, yes, you keep going. You're on the right path. Like you're doing the things.
Yeah. To me, so I teach yoga, and to me, I very, very much believe that people in general are just incredible. And I very much believe that many of us in our society just succumb to these roles and go through the motions and the hustle bustle and just get caught up and don't really tap into our potential and realize that we are capable of hard things. And I get to see that in my yoga classes, when people lean in, when they feel safe to try something difficult, and they feel empowered and they realize that it's okay if they stumble and they fall and no one's going to laugh. And as a matter of fact, I'm probably laughing at myself because I'm also stumbling,
Yeah.
I feel like people really surprise themselves when they lean in and try something they wouldn't otherwise try. And to me, that just affirms. Or when somebody rolls up after a yoga class and they just look like, you can just see this shift, and this release in even their eyes. Like you've maybe seen it after a booty class. If like they were actually able to just tap out of everything of their to-do list and all the roles that they play and everything that they do and just be free. And then you see that shift and it's like, yeah, that's it. It's it. And it's letting go of those have tos and those shoulds and supposed to, and just allowing yourself to play and be free and have joy. And every time I see that shift in someone else, it just kind of affirms that that's why I do what I do. It's not about me. I mean, I do really hard things and it fills me up and it makes me remember, but I really want to help people realize that.
Help other people realize, like,
you're pretty badass too.
Right.
It might not be running those ones because that could be dumb, but fun for me, but maybe everything is totally different.
But I've had that experience, exactly what you're talking about. And I know that you know that because I've taken one class from you and immediately released my full on tears after Shavasana. So, but other classes too were like, I had moments that I was so out of body. I felt like I was watching my body do the poses, you know, like I was just so like in that moment that my body was doing stuff that I'm like, how can it do that? I didn't know it could do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy how that you gradually get there.
Yeah.
Just by showing up for yourself.
Hi friends, it's Kelsey here. If you've been listening to the podcast and wondering what it's actually like to work with a financial planner, or if financial planning is even for you, I totally get it. We only touch lightly on that side of my work here, and money can feel like a heavy or confusing topic to dive into. That's why this fall, I'll be sharing more bite-sized tools, insights, and mindset shifts over on my Apricity Financial Planning Facebook page. It's a simple, low-key way to start engaging with your finances. No pressure, just gentle guidance and encouragement to help you feel more confident and aligned with your money. If that sounds helpful, I'd love to have you there. Just search Apricity, that's APRICITY Financial Planning on Facebook and hit follow. And if you've been carrying questions about your finances or wondering what support might look like, I'd love to talk to you. You don't have to figure it all out alone. Just give me a call, 419-825-6161, or send me an email at kelsey@apricityfp.com.
And slowing down and realizing that shaking and selling and burning and something that's difficult. Like I do this thing with I work with individuals that have developmental disabilities. So when they feel in their bodies, the proprioception, the awareness of their body is totally different. So I like to ask questions and try to understand what they're feeling in their bodies. But I do this thing, with those that have developmental disabilities as well as those that don't, is where we create tension. Intentionally pressing our palms into one another, you can feel these muscles working. But then as you're creating tension, what's up here is also tension. But what if you're creating that tension and allowing yourself to be at ease in that tension? That's like, right? I mean, it's challenge, pain, burn, shaking, someone, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just new and different. And if you can be at ease with that, what comes on the other side, I mean, it's incredible. That's just like, it's just like the yoga master. I mean, it's just like, but you take those lessons gradually into your life and then start showing up differently.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about my own life now and hard things that any parent goes through, right? But like to your point of being able to ease through it, like when you're in those super tense moments and being able to just like breathe, relax, center, and yoga is so good for that, for helping you be able to find that center in those really, really hard moments. So
good stuff.
It is. It's real good stuff. So part of the other stuff you do, you've got some retreats coming up. I think do you have 3 yet this year?
This year. Oh, wow. I actually created the 2 right before my 100 miler. Okay. Something else to focus on while that was getting close.
Yeah.
But then I just added that one in December because I haven't been to your workshop, but it sounded good. Let's try it.
Yeah.
We're going to go this one for really years. So that one we still have 2 spots, but the other 2 are full.
Okay. So, and you said you try to do 4 of these retreats. Usually they're like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So Friday night through Monday morning. Generally.
Okay.
So 2 full days and then the evening and the morning.
Okay. And I imagine, like you talked about the transformation you see in people in a yoga class, but the transformation that you have to witness over a weekend retreat has to really just like magnify that this is why I do what I do feeling for you, I would imagine.
Yeah. And it's really incredible to watch because very rarely did women give themselves the permission to just step out of everything. And I'm so excited that you're coming.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many there have been, but we have such a different eclectic mix of women from all different backgrounds and walks of life.
Yeah.
And they come into this space and none of that matters.
Yeah.
Like you truly see women be at home with like, oh, you mean I don't have to pick up after myself? Because we do everything for the women.
Or after 5 hours.
Their meals. Good friend Liddy does all of the food preparation and the planning, and then she does all of it. She's in the kitchen the entire time, cooking and serving and cleaning up, and until I nudge her out of the kitchen and tell her, go to that sound mat. I'm going to take over for a little while so she can get something too. Yeah. But we just see these women, like at first they feel like they're supposed to work. So they're work.
Right.
But when they truly, and then you can see that release. And I don't need to show up for anyone else, and I can be fed. I can be served. I can be loved, and I can actually just take time to enjoy being.
Yeah.
And I don't have any, no one has an obligation to do anything at the retreat. So sometimes people might decide, actually, when booty doesn't sound like I have that energy right now, I'm going to take a nap or a shower or wander off and journal. Totally fine.
Yeah.
So, and there's no judgment. It's like you do the thing, and then we come back together and we talk, and it's just, it's really neat to watch. And I actually have quite a few women that just keep coming back year after year. We have some that come to multiple retreats every year.
Yeah.
And it does challenge me. So I'm like, okay, I've got all these people again, and they've been to how many retreats now? I got to do something different. But it's like a reset.
Yeah.
Because not everyone wants to step away from their career and just go play in the woods for hours. That's my story. That's what I do. But, some people really love what they do, but then you just need that little break.
Yeah.
That little reminder, like, you can take care of yourself. Slow down, take care of yourself, and then go back to the life,
Yeah.
It's like where you're at in your life now. You have responsibilities to other people that you have to show up for.
Right.
So
Right.
you might not be able just to go, retire and go play, but and having those little opportunities, even if it's an hour on your mat.
And it's not even be able to, it's also like you said just a bit ago, like want to. Like
Right.
some people want it to keep that part of themselves and still be able to go take the weekend retreat, reset.
Right.
Like you said. Because I've been to a couple of those and it is such a good reset. Like I try to give myself at least 2 resets a year of that nature, right? It's like one in spring and one in fall. And it's so necessary. I can feel the difference when I get back. So
That's what we were talking about earlier, the importance of self-care.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's not just doing enough so that you can just keep going, but actually enough that you can deepen and grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like the difference there.
Be another check.
Right.
Yeah. And you don't want to forget everything that you just experienced. You want to grow from that.
Yeah. Somehow integrate it into your life going forward. But it takes practice. Just like it's where we're at, I feel like in our lives, it's taking our whole lives to get here. So it's not going to be one yoga retreat or one yoga class. It's going to change everything. You've got to, or whatever it is for you. Maybe it's a massage or getting your nails done or something, but
Right.
just taking that time and then taking it, integrating it into your life, that takes practice.
Yeah.
And for some of us, it takes a lot longer than others. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like it's an internal thing that has to shift, which isn't even just practice. It's just like, it's a muscle that you just got to keep exercising in order for it to really change and stay.
Right.
Like that's the mindset shift, the heart shift. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Before we head out, can you tell our listeners where they can find you, follow you, see what all the stuff is that you have going on?
Sure. So social media, I have Facebook and Instagram. It's Transient Yoga. The website is transienttraining.com because that incorporates the endurance training, the coaching for ultra as well, trail and ultra running. But if you just Google Transient Yoga, it will take you to transienttraining.com. But all the events and the classes are there. We have different fun events like beer yoga and things like that there at local breweries. And 2 spots left at that December retreat. So we got to sell it out.
Awesome. Right. So looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
My
for
pleasure.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. Your support truly means the world to us, and we're so grateful to have you as part of our blossoming community.
We hope you enjoyed this week's conversation and found inspiration in our discussions. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you love what you hear, please consider leaving us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Join us next week for another exciting episode filled with insights, laughter, and growth. We can't wait to share it with you.
Keep blooming and see you soon.